In this video, we're going to talk about something that many of us don't always notice, the quiet spending habits that slowly take away our peace after 60. Over the years, we all get used to certain ways of buying, saving, or treating ourselves. Maybe it's a habit that once made sense when we were working full-time, raising families, or keeping up with trends. But now, life has changed, and so should the way we spend. So in today's video, we'll explore some of the most common spending mistakes many older adults make after 60, and how to replace them with lighter, wiser, and more peaceful habits. Each one is based on real experiences from women across the country who learned to spend not out of habit, but out of self-care. Before we start, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Comment your state below. It's always so special to see how far our little community of wise women has spread across America. Point 1. Designer labels. For many years, a lot of us believed that looking polished meant wearing the right brands, the perfect handbag, the elegant blouse, the shoes that said, "I still have it together." And there's nothing wrong with enjoying style. But after 60, our lives change. We're not dressing for offices or meetings anymore. We're dressing for comfort, warmth, and moments that truly matter. Let me share something I've heard from so many women: closets full of clothes that once felt necessary, now just hanging there, untouched. Many of us still buy, just in case, pieces, a jacket for an event that never comes, or shoes that look nice but hurt after 10 minutes. And slowly, these things stop bringing joy and start taking up space, both in our homes and in our minds. There's a quiet kind of freedom that comes when we ask ourselves, who am I dressing for now? When we stop buying to fit an image and start choosing clothes that feel soft, easy, and true to who we are today. This doesn't mean giving up elegance. In fact, elegance at this stage of life comes from peace, the confidence of knowing that you are already enough. A simple sweater, a favorite scarf, a pair of shoes that let you move freely, that's real grace. So before your next purchase, pause and ask, will this make my life easier, or just fuller? Because true beauty after 60 isn't about the brand on your tag, it's about the calm in your heart and the comfort in your day. Point 2. The pressure to always upgrade technology. Let's talk about something that quietly sneaks into our lives, the feeling that we always need the newest phone, the latest tablet, or the most advanced gadget. Every year, companies release something better, and their ads are designed to make us feel left behind if we don't keep up. But the truth is, technology is supposed to make life easier, not more stressful, confusing, or expensive. Many older adults upgrade because they don't want to seem out of touch, or they worry they'll lose access to features their family uses. But most of the time, the phone or tablet we already have does everything we need: calling, texting, taking photos, video chatting with the grandkids. That's enough. There's no need to spend hundreds or thousands just to keep up with updates we'll never use. You might remember that feeling of frustration when everything looks different: the icons, the settings, even the way to answer a call. Suddenly, something that used to be simple turns into a chore. And instead of feeling modern, we end up feeling anxious or dependent on others to fix things for us. Here's something to keep in mind: new does not always mean better. What matters is that the device in your hand works for your life, your comfort, and your needs. There's no race to join, no timeline to follow. If your phone connects you to your loved ones, helps you capture memories, and gives you peace of mind, then you are already ahead. Point 3. The weight of credit card interest. Credit cards can feel like a small help at first: a dinner here, a quick purchase there, maybe a gift for someone we love. And for a long time, it works just fine. But as the years go by, that little balance can quietly grow, and before we know it, the interest starts taking more than it gives. What hurts most isn't just the money we spent, it's the peace that slowly slips away when we see that bill every month. Many older adults use credit cards to fill emotional gaps: loneliness, boredom, or the desire to do something kind for others. These are loving reasons, but credit card interest doesn't care about love or intention. It builds quietly, month after month, turning small joys into long-term stress. When you look closely, you might realize how much of your payment isn't even touching what you owe, it's just feeding the bank's interest. But here's the truth, this is not about blame. We've all done it. Life happens, feelings get heavy, and sometimes we reach for something that brings a bit of relief. What matters now is awareness, realizing that every dollar of interest we pay could instead go towards something that truly supports our life. If you ever find yourself in this situation, take a breath. You can always make a plan. Talk to your bank about lowering the rate or consolidating your balance. Cut one small unnecessary expense. Every small step helps. Point 4. The silent drain of unused subscriptions. One of the sneakiest ways money slips away after 60 is through small, forgotten subscriptions. A few dollars here and there, a movie app, a fitness program, a digital magazine, they don't seem like much at first. But when they quietly renew every month, they can add up to hundreds, even thousands, over the year. And the funny thing is, most of us aren't even using half of them. It usually starts with good intentions. Maybe you signed up for a free trial during the holidays, or joined a streaming service because everyone was talking about a new show. Or maybe you downloaded a meditation app, thinking it might help with sleep. But months pass, and life goes on, and those little charges just keep appearing. We barely notice them until one day we look at our bank statement and wonder, where did all this go? This isn't about cutting joy. It's about keeping awareness. When we take a few minutes to review what we're actually using, it can be eye-opening. Most older adults I talk to find that they only use one or two services regularly. The rest are just background noise, money leaving the account without adding any real value. Here's a gentle suggestion, make a simple list of your subscriptions. Cancel the ones you barely use. Keep the ones that truly bring you comfort or happiness. And before signing up for anything new, ask yourself, will I really use this, or is it just another habit? Point 5. The cost of chasing the jackpot. Let's talk about something many people do quietly, without thinking much about it, buying lottery tickets. It feels harmless, even fun. A few dollars here and there for the small thrill of, maybe this time. It's not really about the money, it's about hope. Hope that something wonderful might happen, that maybe luck will finally smile our way. But over time, that tiny hope can quietly drain far more than we realize. The truth is, those little purchases add up. When you sit down and do the math, $10 a week, $20 here and there, it can turn into thousands over the years. And what do we really get from it? A few moments of excitement followed by disappointment, again and again. That's not joy, that's emotional exhaustion disguised as fun. What many people discover is that the real joy they're searching for isn't in winning something unexpected, but in choosing themselves. Imagine taking that same few dollars and saving it in a small envelope each week, a joy fund. It might sound simple, but after a few months, that envelope becomes a little treasure. Enough for a day trip, a hobby class, or a special dinner with someone you love. You see, you don't need luck to live a good life, you need intention. You've already earned your wisdom, your resilience, your kindness. Those things are worth more than any jackpot. Point 6. The true cost of food delivery convenience. Food delivery feels like such a small comfort, doesn't it? You tap a few buttons, and warm food arrives at your door. No dishes, no grocery lines, no cooking, just an easy meal when you don't feel like standing in the kitchen. And sometimes, that's okay. But when it turns into a habit, it can quietly take away more than it gives, from your health, your wallet, and even your sense of connection. For many older adults, food delivery starts during a lonely or low-energy phase. After a spouse passes, or when the house feels too quiet, cooking for one can feel pointless. So ordering takeout becomes a way to fill that emptiness, a bit of flavor, a bit of company from the screen while you eat. But after a while, the bills grow, the nutrition fades, and what was once comfort starts feeling heavy. Think about how much gets spent in a year. A few meals a week can easily turn into thousands of dollars. And most of that food isn't doing our bodies any favors. Too much salt, too much oil, too few fresh ingredients. We start feeling more tired, our clothes fit tighter, and our energy fades. But there's a gentle way back, not by giving up comfort, but by bringing warmth back into the kitchen. Try 3 home-cooked meals a week. Nothing fancy. A soup, some vegetables, maybe grilled chicken or fish. Play your favorite music while cooking. Set your table, even if it's just for you. Or better yet, invite a neighbor or friend to share a meal. Point 7. The guilt of unused exercise equipment. Many of us have done this. We see an ad for a shiny treadmill, a stationary bike, or some miracle piece of exercise gear, and we imagine ourselves using it every day. We picture feeling stronger, healthier, more active. The intention is good. The hope is real. But then life happens, our knees ache, our schedule shifts, or we simply lose the spark. Slowly, that expensive machine turns into a coat rack, a guilt reminder sitting in the corner. Here's the truth, you didn't fail. The equipment just didn't fit your life anymore. At this stage, our bodies and routines change, and so should our idea of movement. Exercise doesn't need to be tied to a machine or a program. What really matters is gentle, joyful motion, walking, stretching, gardening, even dancing in the living room to your favorite song. I've spoken to women who sold their unused treadmills and used that money for better walking shoes or a local class. Many of them said it was the best decision they made, not just financially, but emotionally. The guilt disappeared, and movement started to feel like a gift again, not a chore. You see, health after 60 is not about pushing harder, it's about listening better. Your body doesn't want punishment, it wants care. And movement that feels good, no matter how small, brings that care to life. So if you've got that bike or treadmill collecting dust, don't see it as failure. See it as a chapter that's ready to close. Let it go, make space, and choose activity that truly brings you joy. Because real fitness isn't about machines, it's about moving with kindness toward yourself. Point 8. The empty promise of overpriced courses. These days, it feels like everywhere we look, someone is offering a course or program that promises to change your life. They tell you that for a few $100, or even a few $1,000, you'll find your purpose, heal your past, or reinvent yourself completely. And at times, those words can sound so inviting. After all, when life slows down after retirement, it's natural to want to feel inspired again, to feel a sense of meaning or renewal. But here's what many older adults discover after signing up for those pricey online courses: most of the wisdom they're paying for is already inside them. The lessons about peace, resilience, and self-worth don't come from worksheets or coaching calls. They come from decades of real life, from raising families, working hard, surviving loss, and learning what truly matters. You can't buy that kind of understanding, you've already earned it. Of course, learning is a beautiful thing. It keeps the mind young and the spirit alive. But learning doesn't have to come with a high price tag. You can join a local book club, take a free online class from a library, or volunteer and share your experience with someone younger. Sometimes, the best way to find purpose, again, is to give a little of your own wisdom back. So, before clicking enroll now, take a deep breath and ask yourself, do I need this course to find myself, or am I already enough? Most of the time, the answer will be clear. You don't need to reinvent yourself, you just need to remember who you've always been. At this age, your life is your greatest lesson, and your story is the real teacher. Point 9. The hidden cost of buying a brand new car. There comes a time when many of us think, I've worked hard my whole life, I deserve something new. And truly, you do. Comfort, safety, and reliability are important. But when it comes to buying a brand new car, the numbers can tell a story that isn't always as shiny as the paint. What feels like a reward can quietly turn into stress, high payments, rising insurance costs, and a car that loses value the moment it leaves the dealership lot. It's easy to get caught up in that excitement, the fresh smell, the smooth ride, the compliments from friends. But after a few months, the thrill fades and the bills remain. The truth is, new cars lose thousands in value each year, even if you treat them perfectly. And that money could be better spent on experiences that actually bring happiness, travel, home comfort, or even saving for peace of mind. Many older adults find that a lightly used or certified pre-owned car is a smarter choice. It's still safe, still comfortable, still modern, but without the heavy financial burden. The lower payments, cheaper insurance, and slower depreciation can bring real relief. And with that extra savings, you can do something that feeds your soul, take a small trip, visit family, or simply breathe easier knowing you're not tied to another big bill. At this stage of life, we don't need to prove anything to anyone. We've already earned our place, our dignity, and our peace. So before buying something brand new, pause and ask, will this bring me freedom or pressure? Because the goal now isn't to own more, it's to live more. True comfort isn't parked in the driveway, it's the calm feeling of knowing you're financially free and at peace with your choices. If you recognized a little piece of your own story in any of these points, please remember, there's no shame in that. Every habit we've built over the years came from love, responsibility, or the best decision we could make at the time. We spent, we shared, we cared, we lived, and that's nothing to regret. Life after 60 isn't about blaming ourselves for the past, it's about choosing peace in the present. Money is more than numbers, it's energy. When you protect it wisely, you're not just saving dollars, you're saving peace of mind. And at this stage of life, peace is the most valuable thing you can own. So as you move forward, don't chase trends, don't compare, and don't apologize for wanting simplicity. You've earned the right to live lighter, freer, and more content. Before you go, plus I'd love to know, which part of today's message spoke to you the most? Share it in the comments below. Your words might be exactly what another woman needs to hear today.